Hey, good morning to you. Hey, you listen to OZZz on Smash Bros. Radio, the only radio station in Jefferson County, Birmingham that is digital. Digital. Appreciate you stopping in. You can locate Smash Bros. Radio on Instagram. You can find us on Facebook as well as YouTube. We are an independent radio station. As mentioned before, we are digital. We provide a platform, a venue to showcase independent artists as well as community affairs, politicians, issues, so forth and so on. We're here for you. Hey, I'm Oz. You can find me practically on everything. You can find me on TikTok. You can find me on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube. You can find me. So, hey, appreciate you stopping in. We're going to have a special guest. You're going to be, he has really come a long way. He's really worked really hard. And he's about to have his grand opening. And so, going to give him a call in about 5 or 10 minutes. Eddie Kane from Eddie Kane's Catering. And you cannot get a better chef than Eddie. You can't. Well, I'm kind of prejudiced, but anyway, he's fantastic at what he does, and so he's having his grand opening soon, and so we're going to give him a call. First, let's get finished with these announcements. If you're looking for tires, you can get in touch with Nicholas White at 404-919-6674. Again, if you're looking for tires, you can get in touch with Nicholas White at 404-919-6674. He's got it for you. Just call him, tell him that you heard it on OZZz, and check him out. Don't forget that's coming up. You have the Southern Bully Showdown. It's going to be over at the Bessemer Civic Center, November 11th, 1130 9th Avenue Southwest. Now, there are still openings. I think there's 2 openings for food trucks as well as vendors. And I think there's one category that's left open. If you sponsor, your logo will be on the show's banner. And if you're able to get that last category, your name will be on the trophy. So if you're a vendor, if you're a food truck, it's $100. You keep whatever you sell. Excuse me, whatever you sell, you keep. So it's the Southern Bully Showdown, November 11th, over at the Bessemer Civic Center. Exotics, American Bullies, Frenchies, Cane Corsos, English Bulldogs, as well as all other breeds. It's hosted by NJC Bullies and 1888 Bully Kennel. On-site ICBR registration, $20 per show entry. You can contact DeJuan Hall at 205-460-6435. 205-460-6435. Israel Career at 205-238-0401. 205-238-0401. And keep in mind, this is a family event, and this is a chance for you to come out and really to see what the Bully Nation is all about. And so this will give you an idea of exactly what the breed is all about. It's going to have a lot of activities, a lot of fun. It's family oriented. So get out and get yourself, it just gives you another dimension when it comes to understanding the breed. So again, that's the Southern Bully Showdown, November 11th at the Bessemer Civic Center, 1130 9th Avenue Southwest, Bessemer. Exotics, American Bullies, Frenchies, Cane Corsos, English Bulldogs, and all other breeds. Also, there are openings for vendors and trucks. That's $100. Also, there is one category that is remaining, and that to sponsor a category is $75. Your name, when you sponsor, your logo will be put on the show's banner. So please come out, showcase, look at the show, enjoy yourself. There's always a need of sponsors, donors, as well as benefactors, and this will be your chance to enjoy yourself. So come out November 11th. Put that down on your calendar. Also, where are we? Where are we? What is that? 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 All these noise. The elders of C4 Mentoring are excited to announce the second annual Cultivate for Mentoring Suit for Seniors event. This initiative aims to provide graduating senior high school students with a symbol of the transition into adulthood by giving them a well-fitted suit that represents their hard work, achievements, and future potential. At Cultivate for Mentoring, we believe that a suit can act as a powerful tool in embalming young men with confidence and a sense of purpose as they step into the next chapter of their lives. With your support, we can provide these young men with the tools they need to succeed. Last year's event was a huge success, and we're looking forward to making this year's event even better. If you're interested in supporting our cause or learning more about our initiative, please send us a direct message. Your donation would go directly towards providing these students with high quality, well fitted suits, giving them a tangible representation of the newfound sense of purpose and potential. Thank you for your support, and we hope to see you at our second annual Cultivate for Mentoring for Seniors event. Again, they're always looking for sponsors. They're always looking for donations. They're always looking for benefactors. And this is a way for you to give back to the community, give back to the next generation. Also, if you are interested in serving as a mentor, you can get in touch with C4 at 205 677 6024, 205 677 6024, or you can send them an email at info@cultivate, that's a numeral 4 at org, info@cultivate4.org. So please, they're always in need of sponsors, benefactors, and donations. Also, coming up, if you have a son who is between the ages of 13 and 14, the elders of C4 invites you to join them on March 25th at 9 a.m. at the Fountain Heights Recreation Center to learn more about enrolling your son in the C4 Mentoring's Weekend Hymn program. Check them out. The program provides young men with the tools they need to help them to succeed in life, including leadership training, conflict management skills, and character development. It's a great opportunity for your son to connect with positive role models and make a lasting friendship. Don't miss out on this chance to give your son the guidance and support he may need to thrive. The elders are hoping to see you at C4 Mentoring on Saturday, March 25th. It's over at the Fountain Heights Recreational Center. For more information, you can contact info@cultivate4.org, info@cultivate4.org, or you can call them at 205 677 6024. And again, this serves as a way to give back to the community, and they're always in need of sponsors, donors, benefactors. Also, if you are directly or indirectly associated with the men's apparel shop, please get in touch with the elders over at C4. Hopefully, the relationship, a bond can be developed, so that way they will always have some source that they can go to. So again, on behalf of C4, we appreciate everything that you do, and we hope to see you and hope that you can help them out. So I'm going to see. I haven't done this in a while. See if I don't make a mistake. We're going to see. We're going to see. We're going to see. We're going to see. Okay, let's see if I remember how to do this. Okay, that's down. That's kind of loud. Here we go. Where did it go?
The number you have dialed has not been recognized.
Oh, gosh.
Please try again.
Let's see if that works. We got a ringy-dingy. We got a ringy-dingy.
Hello.
What's going on?
Hey, how you doing?
Doing good, man. Doing good. Doing good. Got you on the show. Man, I appreciate
Finally,
you.
huh? You been
Finally.
trying to get me on?
Well, I've been trying to get you on for what, 2 years?
Man, it's been about that long, yeah. It sounds about right.
Man, I appreciate you because I know that you're busy, but I need for folks to understand who you are. I need to let folks know that you have a grand opening coming up. I just need folks to know who you are because, man, you're a hidden jewel. I mean, so
I try.
Man, you got it, man. You have it down to a science.
Yeah.
So what I'm going to do, I'm going to ask you to introduce yourself and to tell us about you. And then if there are any questions I have while you are talking about yourself, then I come in. But I need for folks to understand exactly who you are, what you are, and about your grand opening coming up.
Okay. Hey, how everybody doing? My name is Eddie. Everybody know me as Eddie Kane. Eddie Kane Catering, Food Truck, the Barbecue Man, whatever y'all want to call me, the Egg Roll Man.
Oh, they love your egg rolls.
Okay. Yes, sir. Top seller, Philly cheesesteak egg roll.
Man.
But yeah, everybody know me as Eddie Kane, the Barbecue Man. Basically, I got a grand opening coming up this Sunday. We'll be presenting our food truck menu. Stuff like egg rolls, baked potatoes, maybe fish, chicken. I got a few special items. I can't let y'all know what it is yet. You just have to come to the grand opening and see for yourself. I'm also partnering with a few vendors. A cleaning service called Angels. I'm also partnering with ABC 123 Inflatables. He do the jump houses as well. Also, my wife's brand, the Sweetest Spot, she do like health products like turmeric soap for like your face and stuff like that. If you got acne or anything like that, pretty much that's pretty much it.
So, how did you get started? Has cooking always been your passion?
Yes, cooking has always been my passion. I actually really started like around 2017, 2018, just on the side of the road with a barbecue grill. But I really didn't have the support system as I do now to actually push me in and do it. So once I met my wife, Shelby, she was like, hey, this is what you want to do? And she just pushed me. She lit the fire, and it was just on ever since then.
You know, as small as she is, she's a dynamite. I mean,
oh yeah, definitely.
But so, did you learn by yourself, or did somebody in your family? How did you learn how to cook? Because, man, you have it down to a science.
I'm pretty much self-taught, but my whole family can cook. Like it's just a family thing. But I'm pretty much self-taught. Ain't nobody really just sit down and taught me how to cook. I always was in the kitchen when my mama was cooking, just watching, and I just took it from there. Like I said, it's passion. When I'm cooking, I don't feel like I'm working. And somebody said like when you find out a job that you feel like you ain't working, that's where you're supposed to be. And
see, that's one thing you can tell when you eat your food. You can tell that when you cook, you have the passion and you have the love. And people don't seem to understand. Down here in the South, we don't cook unless we love to cook.
Right.
And so we don't cook for everybody. So if we cook for you, we have.
I love you.
Yeah, that's it. And we have respect for you. And so folks don't seem to understand. I don't cook for everybody because I don't like everybody. But the way that you have it set up, I mean, I can't find anything yet. You know, I love to eat. I can't find anything that I don't like on your menu. I mean, you straight across the board. It's usually you were talking about your egg rolls. So, but you go from egg rolls to ribs to.
I do lamb chops. I do pasta.
Everything.
I do pretty much everything. Yeah, even if I can't do it, I figure out how to do it.
And plus, two, you have a catering service too, as well as with the food truck. So, if they have any type of event, whether it's any type of event, it doesn't matter because you do what is you set up, and what is that? What is it that you do?
The hibachi.
The hibachi. Now, explain the hibachi. Exactly what is the hibachi?
The hibachi is basically it's basically like a self where I basically come cook in front of everyone. You can get a party from 20 to 25 people. It's basically like in your own comfort zone, wherever you want to do it at. I can basically frame a grill. It really happened during the pandemic time when I know all the restaurants was closed due to everybody can't sit close and whatever. And that's when I really started hibachi because I know people still want to enjoy their birthdays and stuff like that. So that's when I came up with, hey, we just bring the whole setup to you.
And that's what you do is you bring everything, because I remember
Everything.
2 parties that you did, and it was on the outside. And
Correct.
the way that it was set up, it was as if it was on the inside because you had everything there for the individuals to see you cook.
Right, correct. And just like I said, the world that we living in now, a lot of people like to see people preparing their food. You
Yes,
see what I'm
sir.
saying?
Yes, sir.
So it was just a gold mine, and I already, like I said, I was already doing the hibachi plates and stuff like that, and everybody was saying, man, this junk good, it's better than the regular hibachi restaurant. So I was
Right.
like, how can I do something that I can just bring to you? So I did it once, and once everybody saw it, it just went from there.
And so you, from that one experience, you learned how to better what you were doing initially, and it was the better, but you enhanced what you were doing.
Correct.
And so when they come to you and they have this party, do you already have a menu set out, or if they gave you a menu, or do you do it both ways? They can give you a menu that they want, or do you already have a menu prepared showing them exactly what you can do?
Okay, yes. I also, yes, I do have a catering menu, but just like I said, 9 times out of 10, a lot of people, I never had a client that got the same menu.
There you
So
go.
I'll ask them, do they have a menu? And if they don't, I ask them, do they have a budget?
And see, people need to understand that, because I don't know what's wrong with these folks, Eddie, because if you have a price, you can arrange for that price. And like we were saying, that their menu will not be like anybody else's menu. So basically, you're coming up with a menu only that benefits them and is unique to their situation.
Correct.
Now, with your food truck, you've gone from the side with just your barbecue grills to now to where you have the food truck. And you've even increased when it comes to your menu now, haven't you?
Definitely, yes. With the food truck, I'm able to do more things. I'm able to try more things because it's basically like a kitchen on wheels.
And that's what I didn't think, but that's what it is, a kitchen on wheels.
Mm-hmm.
And then one thing that's...
barbecue...
Go ahead, I'm sorry.
Yeah, because the barbecue grill, you limited.
Yes,
you know what I'm saying? Like, you can do anything on the barbecue grill, but everybody don't like everything off the barbecue grill. Like, for instance, lamb chops.
Yes, sir.
I make a good lamb chops, but me personally, I don't like lamb chops off the grill because they dry them out faster than you actually pan searing them on top of a stove.
Oh, good point. And people don't seem to understand lamb period is hard to cook. It's not like pork chops.
Nope, definitely not. Definitely not.
Somebody made the mistake, said that, well, lamb chops are like pork chops. And I was like, yeah, we can see that you don't know what you're talking about.
Because you definitely can mess a lamb chop up quick. Because if you overcook it, it's ruined. It ain't, like, it'll be so tough, you'll throw it away. You'll be mad.
And them dogs will look at you like, what the hell? What do you want me to do with this? So how did you come up with... Because this food truck is your own creation, correct?
Correct.
You created everything about this food truck.
Correct. I actually built the food truck myself. I just bought the empty shell and everything that's in the food truck. We did. Me and my brother, we actually built the whole food truck ourselves from inside out.
And that's another thing people need to understand. With it being a food truck, if you have an event or an occasion and all, either you can do the hibachi, or if you want the food truck, can they ask for the food truck to come?
Definitely, most definitely. I actually have a few events coming up where they book the food truck. So basically, I'll just go. It's mainly like fried stuff. So they basically like fish, chicken, fries, okra, stuff like that. But they want it cooked on site. So I just mainly just pull up my food truck, and all the guests just come to the food truck and get a hot plate.
That's sort of like a buffet, isn't it?
I wouldn't say necessarily buffet because buffets 9 times out of 10 self-serving. I still be plating it on the plate. That's
There you go.
basically
Yes, sir.
come to a window with a ticket that the whomever, like the company or anything, that just hand me a ticket as a waiver, and I get them a hot plate.
Man. So you started in 2017, 2016?
It was 2017, 2018 initially,
Okay.
but I wasn't branded. I wasn't Eddie Kane's. I was just a little old guy on the road with a barbecue grill. Yes, sir.
Man.
But it actually, Eddie Kane's Catering, I think that actually started like 2020.
Yes, sir.
It was like June, July of 2020. That's when I actually branded myself, and I took it seriously when I seen like the attractions and the feedback that I was just getting off my food.
And so from the reaction, all that pretty much set what your menu was going to be, correct?
Correct.
Now, since the beginning and all, what are your future endeavors? What do you want? What adventure do you want? Do you want to have more than one food truck, or do you want to have a brick building, or what is your future goals?
Okay, at this point, I'm definitely already looking into a second food truck. This food truck probably would be just the barbecue truck. It will only have the barbecue menu off of it. Also, yes, I do want a brick and mortar. That's my plan. So basically, pretty much whichever one comes first.
Yeah.
I'm the type of guy that just sit back and wait and just let it play itself out.
And see, so you don't overthink it.
Right.
You have an idea. You pretty much know exactly where you're going, but you don't force it because you already know that you've enhanced what you started out with, and
Correct.
so you're just gonna let it flow. And when it comes, you know it's going to come. I mean, please.
Definitely.
So you can see growth, especially from the side of the roads to where you were on. What is it? Is it Tuscaloosa? Tallapoosa, and
Yes,
now
sir.
you have a food. So does that mean that you're
Yep.
still going to do the food truck over at Tallapoosa?
Yes, that's definitely would be one of our main spots. I think that's a great location because it's pretty much in the middle of Birmingham.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I have my people from the west side, my south side, the east side. Everybody don't mind coming to that location. So yes, definitely we will definitely have the food truck at that location as well. Still, but I also would be at new locations as well.
And plus, too, everybody knows exactly where it is.
Right, because that's why I started at.
Yes.
Sir. So I couldn't do that to my people. You see what I'm saying? Like,
Yes, sir.
take it away from them where they know where I started at.
Right. Man. So now with this brick and mortar, is this going to pretty much make it so that way your venue is also going to be there at this brick and mortar? You're going to have your outside events, but also if people need a place to have their event or to have their venue or whatever, you're going to provide a place for them to have that.
Oh, that's a great idea. You just gave me an idea there. I didn't think that through like that. That would be a great idea to have.
Because we really don't have that many venues. Really, if you sit down and think about it, you really
Right.
Now, I don't mean to talk about anybody, and I don't mean any disrespect to anybody. You have one or two venues that are okay, that they're doing whatever. But
Right.
when it comes to actual having a formal place that is a little bit, I don't know the word, a little bit more formal, we don't have those places. We don't have a
Right,
place
they have
to...
all these rules and regulations.
Yes.
You can't have this, you can't do that, you can't bring outside drinks.
Right.
Yeah, so I definitely understand what you're saying.
And so, again, I'm not talking about anybody's venue. I'm just saying that Birmingham is big enough that it could have a variety of venues. And
I definitely agree.
And then if you have a brick and mortar, you're fitting into a market to where you can arrange your venue to fit any type of party or event that an individual wants. Now, if you want me to serve liquor, I got the liquor for you. If you want to bring your own liquor, you can bring your own liquor. But there's still going to be standards. There's still going to be some type of rules and regulations of the do's and don'ts.
Definitely.
But in the overall picture, whatever you want, just like with your hibachi, just like with your food truck, whatever you want, I can arrange
We're
it,
gonna cater to you, definitely.
but just tell me what your price is, and we can we can arrange everything around your price.
All right. So good. I can't complain.
Man, so where are you gonna where are you gonna be for the upcoming? Because usually on the weekends you're over at Tallapoosa, correct?
Correct. During the weekends, the weekdays, if anytime the sun is good and the sun is out, 9 times out of 10, I'll be at Tallapoosa. My next day will be at Tallapoosa. Actually, it's today. I'll be out there today around 1:30 p.m. probably until 6. We'll actually be there tomorrow as well. Then I also, just like I said, I got the grand opening coming Sunday, so we'll also be at the right there at the Tallapoosa, but we're gonna move over to the park.
Oh wow!
For the grand opening. So also, if y'all have kids, anything, we'll be giving away free hot dogs. We got the bouncy house, the DJ. So it's basically gonna be a family kickback. We just gonna be killing. Make sure y'all bring y'all lawn chairs, and it should be a pretty day outside. I think it's supposed to get up to like 68 degrees Sunday or something like that. So
yes, sir.
It's gonna be a pretty day. We just gonna chill, eat good, and party like a big happy family.
There you go. So one more time. So your grand opening is this Saturday, correct?
Sunday.
This Sunday.
Sunday, yes, correct. March the 26th.
And it's over at the Tallapoosa, right there where
Tallapoosa exit.
Go ahead.
Is off the Tallapoosa exit 128, right at the Greenwood Park. If you just type in Greenwood Park, you should pull you right up there.
And what time? What time?
It starts at 2 to 6.
2 to 6.
Yes, sir.
And then with your food truck, you can pretty much even. Let's be serious. Even if it's storming, with your if people know where your food trucks are, they're gonna come. They're standing in the rain to get your food.
I agree with it. I was actually surprised one day when we got flooded out in Tallapoosa, and these people actually sit and wait in their cars 45 to an hour until it start raining, so they can get their food. That's when I knew I had something.
See, man.
That's when I knew I had something. Then sometime before I even get out there, I got 6, 7, 8 cars lined up waiting on me before I even set up.
Now, see, I think the first time that I visited, you had a whole line of cars. It looked like a drive-through because, and the people were watching you actually set up.
Correct.
And when you didn't even have the food on the grill, you were actually setting everything up, getting everything prepped. And you had about 6 or 7 cars just waiting. And these cars did not just have one individual in them. They were packed.
Yeah.
I was like, man.
Yeah. And it's the kids as well. They be like, man, this is the best brisket I ever had. This is the best rib. And I got people that eat my macaroni. They don't even eat their own mama macaroni no more.
Oh, man.
She said,
the macaroni, yeah, I don't know who taught you about the macaroni. And people think that macaroni is not easy to cook.
It's not. It is not.
You may have the ingredients, but the preparation and the cooking part, man.
Definitely got to know what you're doing.
Got to.
Yeah.
And I don't mean to be prejudiced or anything like that, but man, I couldn't find anything that I didn't like on your menu. I mean, if you're on a diet, you better put your diet up for about a moment.
Hey, trust me, I'd have heard it all. Man. I'm going on my diet. I'm cheating on my diet this week. Just get some of y'all.
And
I said, don't tell diet it's my fault.
Now tell people about your egg rolls, because you're known for your egg rolls, your Philly egg rolls.
Okay. Well, the egg roll thing was a family thing. The egg rolls, we've been doing them in our family for years, but the variety that just recently came within the last year or 2 years with my wife. We just sitting back, just create stuff. Had a few friends over, let them try, and they was like, "Oh my God, what is this?" So, and it just went from there.
Because people ask for your egg rolls before they ask for anything else, and they get upset with you
when I ain't got them.
Man, I read some of your comments. I mean, I read some of your comments. I was like, he already said that he wasn't going to have his egg rolls. It's not like he. And they were really upset. I was like,
upset, like mad, like for real, they be mad.
and they're not just buying one, Eddie. They're buying baker's dozens.
Yep, they goes. I sell them by 4, 10, and you also can get a catering order. You can place 30 or more for a catering order.
And see, one good thing about the egg rolls, people, if they don't know, they can freeze those egg rolls. And they may not be as good as they would be initially, but you could freeze those egg rolls and then have them whenever you want to, if you know how to microwave them or even put them in the oven.
Yep, you definitely can. I actually starting in April. Hopefully, I'm gonna start shipping them. So I basically ship them raw, frozen, and you'll be able to fry them yourself.
Get out of here.
Yep. I had a few people out in Texas and California that asked me about it, so now I'm doing all my research and everything that I need so I can start shipping them.
Man, see, I need to get a picture with you and Shelby so that way when you make it big, I can have my picture up here in the studio saying, I remember, he was on my show.
I got you, most definitely.
So
Make sure I get a good one and send it to you.
Yes, sir. This Sunday at what time again?
2 to 6.
Sunday at 2 to 6. It's family oriented. Come and bring out your chairs. There's going to be a DJ there. The truck is going to be there. And it's just going to be a family oriented occasion event out there at Tallapoosa over at the park. From 2 to 6.
2 to 6. Y'all come see me, man. Great vibes, great food, good music. Just everything. Good.
Man, I appreciate you taking time out because I know you're busy. But I appreciate tremendously. And then tomorrow I'll make another announcement and also put a Facebook page up about our grand opening this Sunday from 2 to 6 over at the Tallapoosa.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you for having me.
Oh, you take care of yourself. Give Shelby a hug for me, please.
I will.
And you take care, man.
You too.
There it is. Grand opening this Sunday from 2 to 6 over at the Tallapoosa, exit 128, right there where the truck stop is. There's a park over there. So please come out 2 to 6. If you have not experienced Eddie's cooking, it is going to be an enjoyment to you. He can cook anything and everything. He's a fantastic caterer. All you have to do is give him a menu, give him a price, give him a menu. And if he can, he will come up with a fantastic prep for you for any occasion. And see, and this shows you exactly what hard work, what tenacity, what motivation, and also having a good support system will do. In most, you don't necessarily per se have to have a support system, but it makes the experience more enjoyable because you're sharing it. And I wish Eddie perpetual blessings and successes. I can see him having more than one food truck. I can see the brick and mortar. You can't get any better. And again, I don't mean to sound prejudiced and all, but I love to eat. And when I find an individual who knows how to cook and you can see the passion in his cooking, you can taste the passion and the love he has. And if you come from a big family that you have cooks, you can understand when somebody says that I can taste the love and the passion in your food, because down here in the South, we don't cook for everybody. But when we do cook, we cook with love and we cook with passion. And we don't cook for everybody because everybody doesn't deserve our cooking. So when you find an individual who has the passion, who has a love, you need to support them. And the menu is fantastic. The menu is wide. And so this Sunday from 2 to 6 over at Tallapoosa, exit 128, right there where the truck stop is, there's a park. Come out and support and enjoy yourself. It's a family event. So just come out and enjoy yourselves. And taste Eddie's food. Taste Eddie's food. But I appreciate him coming on because he's always busy. He's always busy. I don't think that he even takes time to relax. So I appreciate him tremendously for coming on and taking time with me. So I appreciate him tremendously. So there is so much going on that sometimes we have to take a break and take a breath. Because of all the situations that are happening in the world, and then coupled with what's happening with the families and all, we have to take a time to acknowledge the caregivers that are in our families. Being a caregiver takes a lot of energy, takes a lot of determination and motivation. It affects the entire family. When it comes to a caregiver has a responsibility that not only taking care of themselves, but also taking care of the loved ones. And that is a huge experience. And if you've never experienced that, well, then you're blessed. And so I like to take the time to let the caregivers out there know that you're not alone. We understand what you're going through, and you have our prayers, and we have our support. Usually, when it comes to the caregiver, it's usually the one that is that you wouldn't even think that would be the caregiver. In my situation with my grandmother, it was my aunt who was a caregiver, and my aunt was the youngest of the three. And I think that was the first time I got so close to being disrespectful to my mama, because I witnessed what Deborah was going through with taking care of my grandmother. And so with my mom being the eldest, I felt that it was more my mom's responsibility to take care of her mother than my aunt, or to help my aunt. And so I think that was the first time I actually came close to being disrespectful to my mom, because we had some words, because I didn't think that it was fair for mama to be able to travel and do things, because her in-laws lived up in Marion County, up in Winfield. And so coming from Foley to Winfield, you have to go through or bypass Montgomery. So I didn't understand why mama couldn't spend the night, give Deborah a break, and then when she came back from a Winfield, that she could at least give Deborah a weekend. And so I never could understand that. That's one reason why me and my uncle don't see eye to eye, because he made the comment that he told my aunt that he couldn't done it. And I told my aunt that it wasn't that he couldn't do it. It was that he didn't want to do it. And so because Deborah didn't choose, it was chosen for her. So for Deborah to be able to get up in the mornings, to have my grandmother's medicine ready for her, to have her breakfast ready for her, and then still have the time to get herself ready for work, it took a lot. And for a caregiver, if there's things that you don't see behind the scenes that are going on. Deborah had to get up at 6. She had to make sure that Mama's medicine was out. She had to make sure that the cereal's out because it got to the point to where Mama couldn't cook anymore because she didn't have the insight to understand that the frying pan was hot. So we had to Deborah had to stop her from cooking. So, and then there was a certain time that Mama would get up before Deborah would leave for work. And there was a routine that she went through. And Deborah knew about the routine. So Mama was up, I think, by 7. She was dressed and had a breakfast. And then Deborah made sure that there was Gatorade next to her recliner. And so Deborah knew that once that Mama made it to the recliner, that Mama was going to be in the recliner, other than, of course, unless she went to the bathroom. But Deborah made sure that she had all of her snacks and her Gatorade next to her. And so Deborah would come back during lunch to make sure that Mama had the lunch and then make sure that Mama was back in the chair. So she did this for years. And so when it really became difficult, Deborah was strong enough to handle everything that went on. And one thing I like to suggest to you, if you have an elderly individual that has had a doctor forever, it might be the time for you to look up a genetologist. And during the time, gerontology was a new science. There was not a medicine for old people. And so because of my grandmother having this doctor for years, he would never listen to my aunt. And so he had prescribed, my grandmother was taking over 20-something pills. And some of those pills counteracted, which made her condition worse. So that was a time that I was taking classes in social work over at State. And I asked one of the professors, Dr. Jerry Yeoman, and that's when she suggested genetology. And Dr. Michael Bolton was the doctor that she suggested. So Deborah made an appointment to see Dr. Bolton, and she was required to bring all the medicines and any other information that pertained to my grandmother. And so Deborah brought all the medicines. Dr. Bolton was not very happy with the number of prescriptions that she had. And by the time they were completed with the consultation, Dr. Bolton had done away with at least 15 of those pills because they weren't necessary. So Deborah knew exactly, because see, my grandmother's system was very peculiar, but Deborah knew exactly that if the prescription said for a whole pill, Deborah knew that at certain times that half of a pill would benefit my grandmother. So because of Dr. Bolton, or because of my aunt taking my grandmother to a genetologist, I think that because of her having a genetologist that knew about the symptoms, knew about the conditions of handling an elderly person, helped my grandmother out tremendously. So as a suggestion, it might be best at this time in your relative's life that you go to a specialist that understands the conditions of growing old and that would have a better understanding of what it is to grow old. But again, I think by the time that Dr. Bolton got finished with the medicines, my grandmother was taking 5 instead of all the others. So when it comes to your doctor, if a doctor is not going to listen to you, and a doctor is thinking that, and I would say raise the same way that you never go for a second decision, but sometimes it may be best that you take get a second opinion when it comes to your condition. And it's not that you don't trust your doctor, it's just that things have changed. And just for your welfare and just for your benefit of mind, that maybe a second opinion would be best. And if your doctor has any type of professionalism about them, they will understand the importance of you getting a second opinion. It has nothing to do with them or you challenging them and their knowledge. It's just that sometimes you just need a second opinion. And then most of the times, the second opinion is going to be the same as what your general doctor said. So a shout out to all the caregivers. Been there, done that. Uh, it really weighs on you emotionally, physically, mentally, and spiritually. It got to the point at one time that when you see a loved one in so much pain, or when you see a loved one that had such a vibrant life, so full of life, so full of zeal, so full of you just so just alive, and now all of a sudden you see that this individual doesn't have the same capacity, does not have the same joy. It really hurts, and it's an undescribable hurt that if you've never experienced it, you wouldn't even know, because it goes beyond pain. And then sometimes you see them in so much pain and so much agony, and you see a shell of this individual, that you have these wild thoughts that, well, maybe if I were to help them, and then you stop, and then you have this guilt feeling that you had this thought about doing something. But in all actuality, that's normal. It's normal in the sense that you have so much love and compassion for this individual, that this individual has given you so much of them during their life. And where you are now is because of them. Now, all of a sudden, you see this individual and you have so much love and compassion for them that you don't like, and you don't want to accept where they are. And so that's why it's extremely important that a line of communication, if possible, is established in the family, and an understanding that, listen, I'm not asking you to do this every day. All I'm asking for you to do is just give me a break. Maybe let me have a Saturday to myself, and then I'll be back. Because you cannot be that busy in your life that you cannot take one day to take care of an individual that took care of you when you were young. So for my uncle to have the audacity to tell my aunt that, well, I couldn't do it, I couldn't accept it, but then I had to understand that that wasn't my business. As I stated before in other talks, I had a place, and that my place was to stay in my place. The relationship that my mom, her brother and sister had nothing to do with me. So I had to back away. But I didn't understand the audacity, the stupidity of my uncle to make the statement that, well, I couldn't do it. And he Deborah accepted it. And that's okay. I would not have accepted it, but again, that is none of my business. So I'm acknowledging the caregivers. I'm acknowledging the strength that you have. I'm acknowledging the spirituality that you have, because you have to be spiritually inclined to have the strength, to have this determination, this motivation, to have this tenacity to continue while also trying to live your life. And it comes down, sometimes it becomes really weary. And sometimes we may not want to, but we have to, if it gets to the point to where it becomes overpowering, overbearing to us, well, then we have to make that decision that maybe a facility would be better for them. And we have to be honest with ourselves in that. Am I helping them or am I harming them? And only a caregiver can make that decision. Uh, in some families, they're going to be family members that are going to say that, well, my mother, my dad's not going. Well, okay, well, you take them then. Or what we can do, we can pull our money together. And see, that was one of the suggestions that I had asked, that maybe we could come together and come. I think at that time it was $15 an hour for someone to come and sit. So if my aunt went to work and my grandmother was in the chair and she didn't leave the chair, if we could have somebody to come in at 11, prepare her lunch, stay with her till around 2, so that's 11, 12, 1, 2, so that's 3 hours. Because once she ate lunch, usually she went back to the chair and she watched whatever show she was going to watch. So if we could have a caregiver to come in from 12 or from 11, let's say to 11 to 3. So that's 11, 12, 1, 2, 3. So that's 4 hours. So 4 times 15. So that's $60. $60 a week. So times 4, so that's $240. Now, if that's not the right math, listen, my degree's in social sciences, not in math. So we could have combined our monies together so that way somebody could come in and watch my grandmother for those 4 hours. And so if a family could come together as a unit and decide exactly how many hours, especially if that individual is still mobile, then you may not need them for a whole day. But again, it depends on the situation in your family, because each situation is going to be different. So during that time, but they didn't want to do it. So, but you may have to make that hard decision that it may be that you cannot give them the quality of life that you want for them, and that maybe a facility would be better for them. And then that way, you can research the facilities that would benefit your relative, and do your due diligence and find out about that facility. Because I know we hear horror stories, and not all the facilities have horror stories, but it is what it is. So, shout out to you caregivers. You appreciate it more than you know. You have a worth of value, and you are understood. And sometimes you just have to do what's best for you. You have to do what's best for the individual that you're taking care of. And it may cause some strain in the family, but that's okay too. Those who are going to step up are going to step up. Those who are not going to step up, you just pray for them. Don't be surprised if something should happen to the family member. Don't be surprised at the attitudes of those individuals who didn't want to do anything, how their attitudes changed during the death of the individual. See, that's why I don't believe in funerals, because I think a funeral benefits those who are living. It gives a time for those who didn't do shit while the individual was living to all of a sudden ease their conscience. That's one reason why I'm not going to have a funeral. I'm not going to give anyone a platform nor a time to say these lies. If you can't tell me how much you appreciate me while I'm alive, and I understand in my capacity is I can understand, well, then I don't want it when I'm dead. So But each family unit is different. The dynamics in the family is different. And, but again, I'm giving a shout out to the caregivers because I understand. I've been there, done that. I was blessed that I was able to help my aunt by going down every other weekend to making sure that my grandmother was taken care of. So, but shout out to all the caregivers. Uh, you are fantastic. You are fantastic, and I wish all of you the best. Uh, know that God knows, and that the individual that you're taking care of, in their own right, they understand and they know. So continue doing what you're doing. Know that you are loved. Know that you are valued. Know that you do have worth. And in the bigger picture, you are really appreciated in your family. As family members, we don't say it often. We don't show it often. But you are. We understand exactly who you are, and you are appreciated, even though you're not told or shown. So, shout out to you. But I appreciate all of you. I appreciate Eddie for coming on. You don't understand. Eddie is extremely busy. So for Eddie to take time out of his schedule to come on, oh man, that means a lot to me. Again, Sunday from 2 to 6 over at the Tallapoosa exit, out there where the truck stop is. There's a park. Come out from 2 to 6. There's going to be free food for the kids. Going to be a DJ. So come out and enjoy yourselves. Hope to see you there. I appreciate you. Like, share, follow, subscribe to Smash Bros Radio. You can find us on YouTube. You can find us on Facebook as well as Instagram. You can find OZZz on TikTok, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. Like, follow, share. Appreciate you. I appreciate you allowing me to come in. I appreciate you stopping in and listening to me. My platform is open to you. If you have any issues that you want to discuss, if you're a community leader, if you're a teacher or a politician, whatever, my platform is open to you. Just let me know what I can do. Same way with Smash Bros Radio. We are a community independent based radio station. We look out for the independent artist. We provide the platform to come on, showcase your craft, showcase your tracks. We're here for you. Enjoy your Tuesday. Be safe. Know your value. Know your worth. Know that you are the one that controls everything about you. And most importantly, know that I love you more than I love my luggage. Y'all take care. The live stream on the show. On the show. The live stream. On the show. On the show. On the show. The live stream. The live stream on the show.